When I was growing up, I was learning how to navigate being a highly sensitive person. And I think the thing that truly saved me was the ability to escape into beauty, to escape into art. And when I found my way into art making, it was really at that point that I was able to really live in beauty, whether it be the beauty I created in my mind or the beauty I created on paper through art.
Primeira vez que eu te vi, menina, meu coração pulou pra boca. Da primeira vez que eu te vi, menina, meu coração pulou pra boca. Corpo assim não se vê nem na revista, nem no TikTok ou no Instagram de artista. Corpo de mestiça, de tanta coisa boa, te quero dar.
As I got older, I realized that there's a name for a person who has a particular love and appreciation for beauty and art, and that is an aesthete. Today, we're getting into what exactly defines an aesthete and how you can incorporate beauty and art and just like the way of living a beautiful life into your home. So welcome. I'm very happy you're here. I'm Christina DiStefano, and I'm excited to jump into this subject. So let's do it. Aesthetes have a refined sensibility. So they are particularly drawn to and see beauty often in unlikely places. It's the way a rug feels under your bare feet, the coziness and the softness of it all, the way the color of a sweater goes perfectly with a stick, the light reflected on a linen shower curtain, the beautiful bottles collected in our bathroom on a worn and weathered tray, bottles full of beautiful fragrances, nourishing oils, and just beautiful things to add to my life. It's the way this bowl matches so well with these chairs. And it was just totally accidental, but the colors just make my stomach feel good. It's the way this light and the coziness of this blanket is just so inviting that I feel like I have to touch it. You know that feeling. It's the way your favorite candle smells and lifts your spirits, or the light penetrating through a linen drape, a simple line drawing, the funky little shapes and crystallized formations of a chunk of concrete, or a log found outside, and how beautiful it looks in the corner of our foyer. Aesthetes have a strong sense of personal style. They have a strong sense of their own style. It's not based on trends. It's based on what they appreciate, what suits them, the styles that they like, that are drawn to. This translates not only through your clothing and your physical appearance, but also the way that you choose to live. So things in terms of decor, artwork, music. I feel like aesthetes really know themselves. They know what they like, and they are not particularly swayed by trends. They are perceptive and aware of trends, and they will pick pieces of those trends if they feel drawn to and apply them to their own style. So they're never about going from one thing to another particularly. I feel like they've got a really strong foundation in their own personal style, be it art, music, food, decor, design, and clothing. There is a strong love for arts and culture. I've mentioned before that I surround myself with beauty. I want to live my life in beauty. Beauty is exceptionally healing to our souls. there are many studies that have gone on. I just found one on Psychology Today, and I'll link it here, but several studies on the importance of beauty in our lives and in our work environments. So that is a mission for me, to surround myself with beauty. And this love of arts and cultural events, culture, going to music events, enjoying delicious wine, going to a beautiful restaurant, or cooking a beautiful meal at home, enjoying wine at home, enjoying a fire in the fire pit, sitting outside and listening to the sound of crickets. There are so many ways that you can indulge in this appreciation. Cultural arts and culture is one way, but again, I go back to, there are just so many ways that you can appreciate this type of thing in your home. Playing beautiful music, playing symphonic music, or your favorite type of music in your home is a way to experience that culture within your own walls. Aesthetes often feel an emotional response to beauty. This can uplift them, this can relax them, and this can inspire them. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen that I posted a clip from one of my favorite short films. It's called La Balloon Rouge. It's from 1956. And it was a beautiful body of work from Albert Lamorce. And it's a fantasy, but it also is a bit of a drama. But it's really something that, well, first of all, aesthetically, you're getting a picture of Paris in the 50s. And I believe the majority of it is filmed in Montmartre, which is covered with tourists now if you were to go to Paris. But you see Montmartre, you see parts of Paris that, well, a glimpse of Paris that you would not be able to see today. And so there's beautiful architecture, there's beautiful charm. Visually, it's an incredible piece, but also the emotions that you feel as you watch the film is incredible. And it's actually available on YouTube, which I will include a link to this film so you can enjoy it after the video. So enjoy. Aesthetes approach their home design and their home style with a curatorial approach. And I think not only for home style, but also personal style, each item is picked perhaps from an emotional response. So as an aesthete, you're bringing pieces into your home that you feel an emotional connection to, that it brings you a sense of peace or a sense of fulfillment, a sense of inspiration. Aesthetes will also intellectually engage with art, meaning they're looking at what makes this beautiful? Why am I responding this way to this music? So there's an actual interest in kind of like the human condition and our own condition and why we are inspired by something, willing to dive deeper into that appreciation of beauty and of art. But aesthetics have a very discerning taste or discerning sense of style, meaning they're, as I said before, they're appreciative of well-made things, but they're also noticing the texture of a fabric or how one texture of a fabric interplays with another texture visually as well as physically and tactilely affect the feeling and the appreciation of the whole experience. They will often appreciate well-crafted things over mass-produced things. And I think, like, especially with this channel, one of the things that I always gravitate towards is purchasing things secondhand, because the reality is many of the things that are affordable today are poorly made and mass-produced, and they do not last the way they used to. Things are just not made the way they used to be. And so I really saw this growing up with my father, reupholstering furniture and seeing the insides of a sofa. So when you see like what's going on inside of a sofa now versus then, it's a very different situation. When you can shop secondhand, when you can buy an older piece of furniture and have it reupholstered you know that you have a quality piece. That's the kind of thing that's worth investing rather than buying a cheaply made thing that serves a short-term purpose. The pursuit of aesthetic experiences. So this is something that Jerry and I love very, very much. When I look back on pictures and images of my travels and just kind of like all the things that Jerry and I have done, everything comes back to food. More recently, we've been making food at home, but before our house purchase, we did love to travel, and we would visit places where we would get a lot of inspiration that would then be translated in our home environment, and just that drive to experience beauty and to experience places and to share those experiences together. As I look through all of these images, you see that, we definitely get ideas for our home from our travels. I get ideas from art through our travels, but just simple everyday things like making sandwiches, or like Jerry buying me flowers, or a pasta dinner, or, traveling around the world and being on a boat, and just like, where can we get inspiration and how can we experience these things? Because we know that these things will work their way into our lives. We know that these little details will find their way in our reality. We could then take design tips from those places, as well as just have the full experience, that full aesthetic sensory experience. You can also do this in your home. And one of the ways that we've done that in our home is to make each meal important, make each meal aesthetically driven, to make each experience in our home aesthetically driven, not just dining, but relaxation, showering, like simple little everyday things in life. We were focusing on how can we bring that aesthetic experience into our home. So what do you think? Is this resonating with you? Would you consider yourself an aesthete? I think you probably are. If you are on this channel, you are definitely aesthete, because we are focused on beauty and a love for art, and especially the kind of beauty that is experienced in the small things, in the little things, I feel. Because remember, when you open your eyes to see beauty in your home, you create that awareness and that experience of beauty and that perception of beauty outside of your home. I feel like my mission is to help people open their eyes to the beauty of their lives. Because when I was that young, highly sensitive person who had a difficult time in childhood and in high school, just kind of navigating all those emotions and being bullied, beauty helped nourish me. And what we're doing here is like interior design, but it's also interior design within us. And that feels like such an important job. It's such a mission on my heart. So I'm very happy to be here with all of you, and I'm happy that all of you are here. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope that I can open your eyes to the beauty that surrounds you and the beauty within you. And on that note, sending you so much love from New York. Mwah.
Primeira vez que eu te vi, menina, meu coração